ready?
Yeah.
Say Planned Brotherhood
Brotherhood.
is not affiliated
Not affiliated.
or associated
Affiliated.
with Planned Parenthood. Planned Parenthood
Brotherhood.
is a registered trademark
A radio trademark.
of Planned
A
Parenthood
parent.
Federation
Federation.
of America
Omega.
Incorporated.
A
Now
cover.
make a part noise. Go. Nice one.
It must have been, it must have been, it must have been a happy time. It must have been, it must have been, it must have been a happy time. The sun would shine, the candy bars, Kool-Aid flowing like wine. The comic books, the TV shows, the bubble gum, the kitty cat. I was a time.
Hey guys, thanks for listening to episode 120 of Planned Brotherhood, and excuse my cold. Every 10 episodes we bring in a family member. This time PJ's wife Alvina returns to the show. We're going to go ahead and call this one Halloween themed. Enjoy our spooktacular event.
It must have been, it must have been a happy time.
Should we turn this fan off or no?
I'll be all right.
Yeah, thank God.
Why don't you turn your mouth off?
It's going to be a feisty one. I like it.
I think this trip that you've made here, Nick, is the most tense between you and Alvina I've ever seen.
It's not tense.
Alvina has been very unhappy in these last couple of days.
I always get that sense, though, and I'm sick of talking about it when she is on the show. Like, talking about it, I talk about it enough when you're not here. I think, well, aside from the episode earlier today, everything's been fine.
Yeah.
You came back all smiles.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what happened.
That's because we went to dinner and I did damage control.
Oh,
He
please.
did send me a text before he came back to tell me everything was cool.
I know, I told her I was sending it. I'm going to tell him not to be afraid. And then after that, it's just send Nick the picture of him in the hot tub.
That is let's explain it just to never have to again.
I got a
And-
great picture. It'll be in the photo album.
No, it won't. It's the most humiliating picture of me ever. It was
Even if we cut out the, you shirtless and just do the face.
the 8 chins
Because,
alone.
you're looking up at me and your long curly hair is all in your face. And you're so, it's that look that you used to get when I would grab your camera because you didn't want anyone touching your camera. And, so every picture I've ever taken of you with your camera, you have the same face, which is, this sense of irritation that I'm, that's the same picture you have in the hot tub photo.
Well, there are very few shirtless pictures of me that have surfaced, especially since I added on some years and pounds and whatnot. And so it's really humiliating because I didn't know until months after the mansion where this picture was taken that you had it in your phone and that it had become some kind of joke between you and your buddies where you would send a picture of me, my pasty,
Well, it started
naked fat ass.
It started out a lot of times at work, girls will ask to see a picture of Sophie, so I'll pull that up and I'll be like, I love her, my pride and joy, but then they think it's me, so I quit doing it. But yeah,
that could really backfire on you.
I'll text it to a Nico from across the bar.
It's not
for sure.
funny.
Oh, it's always good. It's always good for a laugh.
I think he sent it to me a couple times too, just randomly.
Yeah, so as I'm babysitting your daughter today, so you guys can have a nice dinner out, you're doing damage control, so Alvina's in an okay mood when she comes back. And then you sent me that picture right before you get here.
Well,
it's not funny.
She's
And it takes my phone a long-ass time to download a picture. And then when I see it's me,
she's
it's so frustrating.
send it to him. And I go, no, I'm not going to send it to him. And she's like, yeah, and then you can just write that we're on our way on it. And I was like, oh, well, I got to text them we're on our way anyway. So yeah, I do that.
I didn't even let it get that far in the download as soon as I saw,
Your face.
because it's ingrained in my head now. I know the next step is going to be I'm going to come in and it's going to be the fucking desktop picture on your computer.
Or I'll get it in poster form for the cavern downstairs.
So I wrote him back and said that I just popped Sophie in the mouth, but it was a funny joke. That part was only partially true. It wasn't funny. I did hit her. Oh, guys, speaking of Sophie,
Oh,
let me tell you how cute this thing was she did today. Okay, so you pulled that fishing pole out for her earlier, or not for her, but she got a hold of it. And so she was pretending to fish, And I said, catch anything today? And she goes, no, just seaweed. That was the funniest thing. Isn't that cute? That's all I had to bring to the show tonight.
Well, that's because when I've taken her fishing before.
No, I don't want a backstory.
Well, that's it. I mean, that's all that ever comes up is seaweed. When Alvina was looking for something, Sophie said, maybe it's in your butt.
Oh, and I did catch myself, after the fact. I think the last time you were on Alvina, I vowed not to say shut up anymore, but I did today. And I could see the fucking cross in your eyes.
Yeah. I saw it too.
It's just not appropriate.
I know, and I don't usually do it anymore. I don't want you to think it was just a slip up. It's not like I do that whenever you're not around.
But we can tell Sophie cállate puta. So.
No, we cannot. PJ says it out
what?
of humor.
Can I say it because I don't know what it means?
No, you can't.
What does that mean?
Shut up,
It's a
bitch.
bad word. I don't like shut up. It just, like, out of anybody towards anybody.
Also, the last time you were on the show, you really offended my dad. How do you feel about that? Should we backstory that, Nick?
I think we've covered it enough.
Oh, have we? Since
part of the drama sprouted from that episode that you were on. That seemed to be the one that Neckfurters was focusing in on, at least at the beginning.
Oh, I don't feel anything about it. Like I said, it's not anything I wouldn't say to his face.
No fucking problem. Really, you're gonna get in my dad's face.
I could see it. I could see it
down like an episode of Teen Mom or something
yeah,
like that.
I would. If your dad ever dared to call me, yes, I would say that.
Well, that's not gonna happen. Trust me.
So yeah, I wouldn't call him either, just because I don't want to waste my time. But if your dad ever felt the need to call me, I would say those things to his face, and I would.
How would you know it was
have
him?
no regret.
You want to act out a little scenario? We can do role play. Get you through this.
No.
I'm dead. Talk to me. No, there's nothing left to say, right?
Yeah, nothing left to say.
How did you feel? We didn't get too into this on the show, but how did you feel about Sophie's birthday was recently receiving a present for her from him? What was your initial reaction?
Nothing. I don't have
a heart.
No, I don't have a heart. No, I didn't feel anything. It didn't bother me. It didn't bring me joy.
I guess that's what I was asking. You weren't perturbed by this?
No, it didn't bother me.
Not until you saw what the gift was, right?
Yeah. Then I got bothered.
We never said what the gift was, but it was a pile of his own shit. May as well have been, am I right?
It was
fine. I don't mean to shit on the gift.
It was fine. It's a thought that counts.
Right. And he is thinking of her still.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but there's not a lot of thought into it. It's just like I'm not allowed to buy anything.
Yeah.
Although we have talked about that he bought her a gift before, so hopefully he's already gotten in trouble for that from Neckfurters. You bought something for her with that? Because you know he wasn't allowed to.
No, absolutely not.
That's why it was clearly bought with quarters.
He should have just thrown some quarters in an envelope.
I know, really.
You may have got more use out of that.
Gotten something out of the egg machines at the store and just fucking put them in there. God, every time I look at the egg machines...
What's an egg machine?
You know, where you put the toy in.
I don't know if people call it that or if we just call them that.
It's by the doors and you put the quarters in and then a
little shitty cheap toys.
Plastic egg will come out with a toy.
Oh, and sometimes the machine looks like a chicken?
Well,
maybe in Mexico.
Yeah, sure, sometimes. But you know where Sophie gets like the little Nick Jr. figurines and stuff like
that.
Temporary
they
tattoos.
Don't come in eggs anymore. They're just little plastic
That's
bubbles.
true. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but we've
just dated ourselves.
We always knew them as the egg machines. But can you believe how little Mom and Dad would get us something from there? Or like a coloring book or something like that. And you're like, oh yeah, I get it. They can't afford it like as a kid. But like looking back now, it's like, really? A fucking quarter? You could never, ever give me a quarter?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I feel like Mom would go to the grocery store every single Friday. We would go with. And for a little while at least, it was either a quarter for the egg machine or a coloring book. Most of the time they lean towards the egg machine. But I think we always got our little shitty keychain.
No, I don't remember actually getting the quarter very often at all.
Then I grew up from 13 on. Cherry Coke, Snickers.
Nice after-school snack, guys.
Yeah.
Well, Melissa was drinking coffee from the time she was what? Definitely Sophie's age.
Yeah, for sure.
Imagine Sophie drinking coffee all day, every day.
Was I not supposed to give her coffee while you guys were at dinner?
Don't even say joking around.
By the way, coffee with tons of sugar in it.
That just
By
blows
3
my
years
mind that
old.
you guys were allowed to eat like that.
Oh,
That's
like the
just-
candy and soda and stuff.
Yeah.
We didn't drink coffee at that young age. Just Melissa did. But I mean, like 2:00. I mean, 2 years old. She was straight up addicted to coffee, the way Nick Mr. Seattle is now.
Whatever.
You know what I mean? Where she
Oh,
would
so you're-
she would be throwing a fit if she couldn't have caffeine, her coffee fix
Yeah. That's disgusting.
with a ton of sugar in it. You remember that, right, Nick?
Yeah. And
And to chew on mom's hair for a couple of
Ew.
hours.
Yeah. make a little cocktail out of it too.
Gross.
Yeah, as far as our eating habits as kids, I get a lot of shit because I still eat like a child. Like, I always dreamt when we would go to the grocery store, I would literally make my own lists of things like fudge covered Oreos that would be on my list,
That's
and I would just pretend to put them in the cart. And that's how I shop now.
yeah, me too. SpaghettiOs, Lunchables,
Yeah, you got a can opener, you're good to go.
pizza rolls.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, that's all I buy.
Me too. I keep telling Sam, especially because he's a big fruit and vegetable eater, the faggot. He doesn't give me a lot of shit, but I always see the way he shops, and I'm like, I should just, at least buy some ground beef or something. Don't
Yeah.
have everything come out of a can.
Yeah.
And so I bought some ground beef and a steak, and they've been in my freezer for like coming up on 2 months now.
You got to get as a Foreman grill because
I have one.
It's
I just
great.
pulled it out of retirement.
You can cook a steak.
Was that a joke? A sports joke?
you can cook a steak faster than you can like heat up a can of SpaghettiOs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know if I trust Foreman for my steak though.
Yeah, it's
Why
great.
not?
We use it
That's
for everything.
yeah. I mean,
Well, you
that's what
guys
it's
have one of the
for.
ones the size of a waiting pool.
We had a little small one like yours too.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, what the fuck, man? It cooks it.
Plus, I can't find the grease trap. I gotta buy some paper plates.
Yeah. Yeah.
But without your wife, I imagine you still shop much the same way if it were up to you, right?
Yeah, if I'm going to the store for something for myself for lunch, sometimes I'll get a new soup or a freshly made soup instead of the can. If I don't want
Ballin'
to
it.
taste aluminum that day, I'll go buy like or if I want to try like tomato bisque or something like that, I'll get a soup. I try to like make sandwiches instead of just like frozen foods, and I like fruit, but I don't really shop for it. It's hard to find it fresh.
Me neither. Oh,
Fresh fruit, you get it at the grocery store.
Well, that's chemicals and stuff.
Oh
You don't
my
even
God!
know
You
these
want to go
things.
out to the
Think
orchard
about,
and
like,
pick one?
Organic fruit, sure.
Oh my God! They sell organic bananas
just
and
sa-
apples at the very least at every grocery
I'm
store.
just saying, but that's not what you buy. And if
I
I'm
buy
gonna like,
ban-
if I'm gonna eat fruit instead of a chocolate bar, why not like make it like all the way healthy? It'll taste better and it's like actually healthy. I don't want to waste
an apple is healthy whether it's organic or not.
really when it's got
Yeah,
chemicals sprayed
yeah,
all over it. It's
yeah.
healthy. I don't
don't-
think so.
Are you licking the outside of the apple before you eat it?
I'm gonna go ahead and take Alvita's side on this one. You're fighting for fruit. You don't know anything.
You're eating a tomato that's been dyed red because it never naturally turned
What
red.
documentary did you just watch?
No,
I-
I mean
He
these are
watched one about I don't know
No.
what he watched.
that was about meat. That was meat
Yeah.
your meat. No, I mean this is real stuff. And all I'm saying is that like if I'm gonna eat an apple instead of a candy bar,
Mhm.
I don't want to waste it. I don't want to waste like that. I just ate an apple instead. I'd rather it be like a fresh, healthy.
But you're
one.
okay with eating the candy bar that has like all this crap in
Well,
it?
yeah, because at least
That's not
that-
organic.
that-
Do you eat
no.
organic chocolate bars?
But it tastes way more delicious than an apple does. But if I knew that the apple was actually good for me, then
Oh
maybe
my
I would
God.
eat that instead.
That's ridiculous.
It keeps the doctor away.
I'm not saying by any means that a chocolate bar is better for me than a Safeway apple.
I could see your argument if you were like
an idiot.
a candy bar or a bag of baked Lays.
Yeah.
Like that's a little more comparable than comparing a candy bar to an apple or a banana.
Yeah, I don't know where your information's coming from.
It's all
yet.
apples and oranges. guys.
Hey, how
You're
about
being
this
dumb.
for progression? I moved away from the processed cheese almost entirely, like the pre-sliced.
Good.
Yeah, I go Tillamook now. I don't know how.
There's a big block in the fridge. You're more than welcome to.
I'm sure I got to it last night in a haze.
I've been thinking I want to try more cheese. What are you eating? Cheddar?
For the most part, what's that? Colby Jack?
Is that good?
No,
I've been-
Ugh,
not on
cheese is
sandwiches
so
anyway.
gross.
I've been wanting to
Oh.
try
cheese
cheese.
as a whole is gross.
Yeah.
It can be really gross, I think. I agree. Like, it can be, like, if it's not really good, it's really gross.
But Alvina, like when you make authentic Mexican food, cheese is half the entree usually.
Okay, from where my parents are from, we don't douse our food in cheese.
I know, but you can't have Mexican food without cheese. I can't imagine it.
Yeah, you can. I rarely have cheese on Mexican food. When I cook Mexican food, I don't ever use cheese. I don't like cheese, like, other than, like...
What about nacho con queso? Genius.
On pizza, obviously. Like, there's cheese on it, and that's fine. But no, I don't normally like cheese. And authentic Mexican cooking is not throwing on a pound of cheese on beans or
I've been
whatever
misled
you're
my whole
eating.
life.
Taco Bell will do that.
I did eat that yesterday by myself at Performance Park,
Where's Performance Park?
where we played croquet when PJ almost killed me
Oh.
that time.
Yes.
Yeah, sitting in the dark eating Taco Bell. I won't mention the 40 because there wasn't one.
Did you drink one out there? You gotta be careful in Yakima.
Yeah, I know.
I'm serious.
I moved away from there with that. But I wasn't buzzed enough to go in and deal with you behind the bar. That's nothing against you, but like I get super intimidated when I go in when you're on shift, like even for that last hour.
Because he's an a-hole?
Yes, he's an a-hole, but he's also like got the run of the place. Like people bow to PJ whether they're giving him shit or not. Like you're the star of the show. I don't know if you're showing off for me.
No, they're afraid of me, and that's constant. And then you're there, so it's something to see. So they're like hanging around me to see you, and everyone's telling you like, "Oh, you must be the nice one."
Yeah,
and
I got
stuff
that.
like
The guy hadn't heard. I don't know who it was, but the guy hadn't even heard me talk. Like he'd just seen me, and he goes, "Oh, you must be the nice one." I was like, "You haven't heard me say anything," but he knows you're not the nice one, and I was probably smiling, which you don't often do at work.
Well, yeah,
I
because
noticed.
like the one guy comes up to me and he's like, "Oh yeah, here's this because this happened," and I'm like, and he's giving me money. He's tipping me out for the end of the night, and he's telling me like about his day. And as soon as I get the money out of his hand, I'm like, "Oh really? That's really interesting. Thanks for letting me know." But no, I wish I could say I was just showing off for you. That's how I am with all of them all the time, and it's not a joke. Like I'm not even trying to make them laugh. I'm trying to be like, do you realize how fucking dull you're being right now? Get away from me.
What a jerk face. That's your livelihood. You can't be a jerk face to everybody.
I'm not mean to my bosses.
Have you ever
They
gotten
don't
talking
tip
to
you.
about your attitude?
When not any like
Not
hey,
from customers, I wouldn't think.
no.
Oh, he puts on the cheese for
No.
customers.
Yeah, he does.
I've never been told like, hey, you went too far. Like when I'm having a general 6-month review, the attitude department's always what I could be working on before I get my 10-cent raise. But yeah, it's
Alvina, you want to hear my impression of PJ when somebody asked to buy a gift card last night?
Yeah.
Okay, so he prints it out. He's super nice about everything. And then he leans over with this extra thing and he's like, "Not that you'll ever need to do this, but just in case, here's the code." And he goes through and it was so cute. He was being so professional.
And then what did I tell
Yeah.
you as soon as she left?
Fucking cunt. I don't know. What...
I was like, that lady's a fucking bitch.
Yeah, and she didn't strike me as bitchy at all. I was
Nah.
sitting right there.
She was bitchy.
When we were getting drive-through for you and Sophie today, everyone was just had such an attitude. Remember
Yeah.
that lady? She's like, "Do you have 3 cents?" And you're like, no.
Yeah.
And she's like, "You don't have 3 cents?"
Yeah.
We're like, "No, we don't have 3 cents. Give us 97 cents back."
Oh,
We're
so you weren't
okay
even
with
3
that.
cents short. You just didn't.
No.
You didn't want to make change.
It wasn't even 97 cents back. This is the thing. The food was like $9.93.
Oh, is that what
And
it was?
I give her $10 and she's like, "You don't have 3 cents?" Why?
You don't know math?
So I can get a dime instead of a nickel and 2 pennies back? Who fucking cares? If it was 9.03, then sure, I'll look for 3 cents. But who fucking cares? Give it to me. And then we pull up a window and the lady's like, she's just bothered and big and fat, and she opens the window. We haven't even gotten our food yet. And
That's what you
she's
call
like,
a BK BB tub. Never mind.
Okay. And she leans out and gives us the apple juice for Sophie and goes, "Sorry about that. I had to go all the way to the back to get the apple juice."
We're
Fuck
like,
you.
And we're
"What?"
like, "No problem. We're still fucking waiting for our food, so it doesn't matter if the apple juice is here yet or not. Thanks for letting us know you had to walk." But no, that lady was the gift card lady was a bitch because she said something about
At your job.
Yeah, she said, "Do you have to? Can I use my debit card or do I have to write a check?" And I go, no, debit card. Actually, we don't even take checks. And she goes, "Well, it's a good thing you take debit cards then." Yeah, good fucking thing.
No, you injected
No.
so much attitude into that exchange.
No. That's
Yes,
how
I
she
was
said
there.
it.
I was
That's how she
there.
said it. But listen to this though. I had this lady in there one time. She buys a gift card, and she starts filling out a check for me. I just told this story to Alvina like half an hour ago, and she starts to write a check, and I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, we don't accept checks." What? Who doesn't accept checks?
Everybody?
Yeah. First of all, almost nobody accepts checks anymore. And I was like, "No, I'm sorry. Do you have a debit card?" And she's like, "No, I don't have a debit card. I have checks." And I was like, "Well, I'm sorry."
She's looking to bounce. That's the only time I ever write checks.
and I was like, "Well, I'm sorry. We can't accept checks." And she goes, "I'd like to speak to your manager, please." So I bring the manager out, and she's like, "Yeah, I want to buy this gift card, and you guys don't take checks." And the manager's like, "No, I'm sorry, I don't." And she's like, "Well, can I use cash?" And the manager's like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Oh, well, he didn't tell me I could use cash." What the fuck? And as I told Alvina, I didn't tell you couldn't take a shit on top of the table either. Some things you just know. He didn't tell me I could use cash. Fuck you. That's like Neckforders, who just hates their servers so much. Like, fucking, I'm so sick of walking up to a table. How are you guys doing tonight? Fine.
Yeah, they've already decided they hate you.
Yeah, can I get you anything? Just some water. I haven't even looked yet. Whoa, fucking come on. What do you want me to do? Go up and be mean to you? Like, what am I supposed to do? Right, guys?
Right.
Tell me about it.
I don't work in the
I
industry.
should write a movie. Alvina's just watching To Catch a Predator.
I should have turned it off, not just on mute.
Silenced and a rerun.
They're all reruns these
Well,
days.
I can still see the box of Astroglide from the guy's car.
I caught that too. I pretended I didn't see it. Married and Looking was the name of that guy's profile
How
name
did I
just
get
then.
my screen name? Right, guys, right?
They're so disgusting.
What do you guys think of my spectacles, huh?
They're nice. I think you look handsome.
I think you look a lot like our sister Melissa, and I've been meaning to make more jokes about it. The frames are almost exactly Melissa's.
They're not. These are $200 frames.
Don't get so offended. So what, after all these years, you've been one of those guys, you've never worn contacts, but you've always known you needed glasses. And at one time you had them.
Yeah.
Just your insurance kicked in, or what happened there?
Yeah, I got put on Alvina's insurance, and then when I went to Seattle to record over there at Air Raid Studios, driving back in the dark, I had to pull over several times because I can't see in the dark at all driving, and it was terrible. Plus, I was really drunk. Really drunk.
Patrick.
And I pulled over because I couldn't see, and I stopped in a rest area
And got really drunk.
It was like 10:45, and I texted Alvina like, "Hey, I stopped here, but I'm only like 45 minutes away from home." And then
She had a surprise turkey dinner waiting. It was really sad.
I got home like fucking 2 hours later. I fell asleep in the rest area.
Yeah, that was like at 10:46, and then I woke up at 12:30. Excuse me. I notice when my husband calls, okay?
To the
And then it was like 12:30, and I woke up, and you still weren't home, and I called you, and you didn't answer. And then you called me like 10 minutes later.
Yeah,
That you had fallen asleep.
I love to sleep.
That was really creepy. Did you lock the doors in the car when you slept?
Yeah, of course I did.
Oh, okay.
When I woke up, there was a lady standing right outside.
Was it Large March?
She was staring in. Yeah,
Who's Large Marge?
she's that lady that was standing outside the bedroom window.
No, don't say
we were trying
that.
to
Oh,
sleep.
gross.
Oh,
Don't say
before I
that.
forget,
No, don't say anything.
No,
Nick.
I'm totally off topic. Have you seen The Ring?
No, no, don't say that. I don't know why you guys are so mean.
Now I know where Sophie's irrational fear of everything comes from.
It's not irrational.
No, it's
They're
not irrational for her
scary.
because she's 3. But she really is afraid of everything lately.
She's going through a stage right now where, yeah, she's afraid of a lot of things.
Well, yesterday,
But it's a stage you've never gotten out of. I couldn't.
Oh,
watch,
really? Thanks.
I couldn't watch A Nightmare on Elm Street around you the other day.
No, because I don't like.
Because I'm Freddy.
No.
the genuine terror in your eyes. It's adorable.
I don't. No, please stop.
For those that can't see me, Dave's pretending to be the girl climbing out of the TV in The Ring. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Don't.
If you had the longer hair, you would have sold it.
He made Sophie do that to me like a week ago.
She probably wouldn't anymore. But yesterday, you guys picked me up, and then we went straight to the Halloween store. so you guys could pick out costumes. And you knew PJ before we even went in because there was some horrifying clown statue like standing right there at the door. And Sophie was ready to bail.
Yeah.
I had to gear her towards the Toy Story 3 stuff immediately.
Yeah, thanks for that, by the way. 'Cause it was going to be Alvina, but we had to go. Couple costume shopping.
Yeah.
Did your just going back to your insurance? Does that cover your Pac-Man costume also? My joke would have been good, but you took that time to fart into a microphone instead. This is the runoff of having seen Jackass 3D today.
Yes, it did pay for the
Okay, it did.
Pac-Man costume because it helps my back, and I'm going to sleep in it.
And Alvina's going as the ghost. Are you Inky or Blinky?
Inky.
Okay.
I was telling this fucking girl at work yesterday about this costume, and she's like, "That doesn't even work because there was 4 different ghosts in Pac-Man, and you have to find 3." I'm like, I don't think we'll get kicked out of the party. Okay, can you just relax?
What's this candy corn song that Sophie's so afraid of too?
Well, it's just a song. It has a little creepy tune to it.
It's
and
a Nick Jr. thing, right?
Yeah.
So they imagine 3-year-olds are prepared. They didn't know what a pussy your daughter was.
Yeah.
But
it's okay to be scared of
it's
stuff.
funny because you guys, you were getting ready to go in the shower, and you had warned me before you went in there, in case this candy corn song comes up, she's going to be really afraid of it. And the second you closed the bathroom door, it came on, and she was running for the kitchen screaming.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I find it interesting. I mean, I was really afraid of a lot of stuff as a kid too, but mine was reasonable. Pennywise the Clown is fucking scary.
Yeah.
That is pretty scary.
But that was at 11. I don't remember what I was afraid of at 3.
She'll come out of the room and there's monsters in her room, or a ghost is going to make her disappear. She says really creepy things.
She
sometimes.
does say creepy
I don't know if
things.
I'm going to be able to sleep now.
Like the other day, last weekend.
Like a ghost is going to disappear me, she'll say.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, last weekend she tricked me and said that, yeah, she would take a nap with me in the bed. So we were in our bed and we were taking a nap, supposedly.
Ooh, kinky.
That's disgusting.
It was the British. I said it the
You
British
may as well
way.
have just farted in the mic again.
I
We
was-
would have got just as much
I was
out of
being
it.
David Brent. Ooh, kinky. At a totally
Anyhow.
inappropriate time. What were you wearing?
Then all of a sudden she said, "Oh, there's a ghost for Mommy and Sophie." And I was like, "Where is there a ghost?" And then she pointed to the door.
And there was a ghost?
No. I said, "There's no ghost, Sophie."
Was there
And
the
she
cardboard
goes-
cutout from Three Men and a Baby?
No. She goes, and it says, "Ooh." And then, but then yesterday she told me that that there was a witch, or she said a wench actually, but she said
Those
there
are two
was a
different
witch
things.
that was gonna come and take her blankets off. And I said no, and then I said, "Who said that?" And then she said, "Daddy." She likes to blame a lot of stuff on PJ,
Yeah,
just
that's true.
out of nowhere.
Thankfully, I'm never around, so nobody believes her.
Hmm
I never see her.
Never.
What stuff scared you as a kid?
A lot of stuff. Well, see, I have 2 older brothers that are like 10 years older than me. So when I was like 5 and Freddy Krueger and Halloween and whatever those movies are,
Uh-huh.
and my parents would be at work, they would make me and my sisters stay in the living room, close all the curtains and everything, make everything dark right after church, and make us watch like Freddy Krueger and stuff. And I couldn't leave, and I was little. And all of those things just stuck with me because I've seen all those movies before.
You'd think that it would make you less scared now.
No, it was terrifying.
I don't know. I could see that being traumatizing.
And I just hate those movies. I was scared.
Well, they're not
of
good
that.
movies for the most part either. But they've never been my thing. And I was equally terrified of all of those things. I never watched Nightmare on Elm Street as a kid. The biggest thing for me was Thriller and being really afraid of Thriller. Probably
And then
about Sophie's age or a little bit older.
Stephen King's It.
Yeah, but that
Yeah.
came about 10, 11 years old. The earliest fear I remember having is Thriller. And Mom and Dad, of course, being the supportive parents they were, even if it wasn't on, they would look for it to be on so they could scare me and laugh at me as I ran into the room screaming.
Who does that? That's
The earliest
awful.
and only fear I ever remember is Spirit Soul. You're right, though. It is awful because I remember the same thing like, oh, look, Nick's running away. He's scared because zombies are on the TV and he's 4 years old.
Yeah. let's hit Sophie down for Thriller, see how she reacts.
Yeah, and then
it's fucking terrifying to a kid.
ridicule her
Mhm.
Yeah.
and turn it on over and over again.
No, my heart broke a little bit when the Candy Corn song came on
I
today.
know, it is sad.
I just don't like. I mean, I've been there, dude.
Well,
I know how terrifying
there's
the
even
dark
a part of Arthur today where I noticed she was like cowering.
is.
Yeah.
She must have seen it before too, because she started to cower right before that scene came up.
Yeah, she knows what part. She knows every episode of Arthur. Because Arthur is awesome.
And because she reads.
Yes, she reads all the books.
We should learn to laugh and play, get along with each other, just for tonight, guys.
Wow, this is awkward.
That was a pretty good flow for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we interrupted a lot.
What?
You're an interrupter.
No, I'm not.
We've been talking about this since the last time you were on.
Yeah, you fucking interrupt constantly.
It's a bad habit I have. I'm inconsiderate of other people.
That didn't go anywhere.
Well, you're making it weird now.
So, are you going to wear your costume over your head? Or
Yeah,
like with your
you've got a
head
couple
showing?
different ways to go with that thing.
Well, just two, actually. Not a couple.
Well,
That's a couple. Sorry, Nick.
you want to retract that?
No, I don't.
You want to try and cut me down?
No.
Do you want to ask Nick to cut out the most ridiculous thing you've ever said?
Because I won't if you ask me.
You know,
I give a care.
I think I'm gonna rock.
Like you even give a care.
I think I'm gonna rock both ways at various points during the party. I mean, we'll have to sync up. Are you gonna tuck your head in a lot? Just when the cameras are out,
Yeah.
right?
Especially when the cameras are out.
Yeah. So we're Pac-Man and Blinky, and
Mhm.
then what?
Inky.
Inky.
Get it right or pay the price. Does it actually say Inky on the package, or are you
Yes.
just assuming? You know Pac-Man that well.
No, it says it on the package.
And then
I'm gonna go as a pellet.
Oh, that would be so funny. You should do that.
dude, when we take Sophie trick-or-treating, that's what we should do, is dress her up as a little pellet.
Oh,
Oh, a little pellet.
she's
But-
so cute.
Our Halloween party is the day before. No Sophie. But when we're trick-or-treating, are you going to wear a costume? Sophie and
Yeah.
I are going to be a grandma and grandpa.
Oh, so
I'll be Inky all by myself.
Oh, you're still going to be Inky?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, I didn't know you were gonna go 2 days in a row with a costume, and you're changing it up.
Well,
Because I saw the old man makeup that you bought, and I thought that was for Sophie at first, and I thought that was weird. I kept thinking she's not going to enjoy that.
No, like we'll use the gray stuff for her hair in it,
Right.
And then that's it. But no.
So you're not going full out wig for her?
No, she won't keep it on in
Yeah.
this stuff where
Did
your
we
hair
explain that
just
she's going to
makes
be
it
an old
silver.
lady? 'Cause
Yes.
That's great.
Yeah, she's going to be an old lady and PJ's going to be an old man.
So are you going to get her a walking stick?
I
Or are you
don't
afraid
know.
she's going to hit people with it?
She'll probably want to hit
She'll
people
definitely
with it.
hit people.
She doesn't like Baby Ruth. She's going to knock some old lady out.
Yeah. Well, we need to buy her the tights that are like rolling down her legs like old ladies do. And just buy her a little like flowery dress. I'm sure she already has one, and she already has a little cardigan. We
Maybe
basically,
a brooch for said cardigan.
yeah. I think we need to buy her little spectacles and the little, what did you say they're called?
Well, I used to call them croquis. I don't
Well,
know
that was
if
the
they're-
brand of them
Croquis.
that you used to
Oh.
have, but
Like
I know
the-
what you're talking
The
about.
little pearls that
The
hold
chain that-
her.
yeah.
her glass, because she's not going to wear the glasses on her face at all. And then I got my spectacles right in time.
Uh-huh. Do you think you need to buy a bow tie,
Yes, I do.
and you'll have a cane.
Do you know how to tie a bow tie?
You
No,
don't need to tie
I
it, no?
don't. Well, not if you buy a
Clip-on?
clip-on.
Oh,
But I'd rather buy a real one and just YouTube how to tie it or something like
yeah.
that. And then a fat, if anything, fit my skull, which nothing does. Because believe me, I can go down to Target and pick out from like 40 different little fedoras.
PJ,
Come on,
stop doing
dude.
that. You're so ridiculous.
That has never happened in 2+
I'm
years of doing
saving the day here. There's a lull
with
I'm
your
gassing.
So let
Yes.
me fart into the microphone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
wanna get a
Oh,
divorce
come
over it?
on.
Yeah, I do.
What does it stink?
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry, Nick. I'm used to it.
Alvina loves it.
I don't love it.
I'm gonna take off my shoes.
No,
We're
don't
gonna
do
get this
that.
party started.
No.
What if Nick and I,
She was more scared by that than the candy corn song on Sophie.
you, me, and Nick all sleep in the bed tonight, and we'll give you a double Dutch oven?
Ew, gross.
What if you woke up one day and as a goof, Nick and I had switch spots,
Oh my
and
god.
he was like spooning you?
See, but now that you've got the glasses,
Oh,
there's no telling the
gross.
difference. I just slip those babies on.
Yeah, that's right. Get you a hand on the crotch.
Gross.
That if I, I don't have the nerve to ever go through something like that. But if I did, that would be hilarious, and we would have to record the reaction.
Oh, that would be so gross. Well, I would be able to tell because you're not as tall as PJ.
Right, but I could be wearing lifts to bed.
Because you
You go to
often
sleep
wear
fully
shoes.
clothed. Right.
I'll tell you exactly how to wrap your leg around her while cuddling.
Gross, please do.
So she knows exactly what to do.
So gross.
I don't know why you gotta keep using the word gross. I mean, it would be startling. I don't know why it's so gross.
What if Nick all of a sudden got
It's my skin tag, isn't it?
Nick gets a bee in his bonnet. He goes 2 years massage school. Wants to give you a
Oh,
massage.
gross.
You let him do it?
No. No. I
What
wouldn't
about
do that. No.
like hair shampooer?
No.
Shampoo your hair at the salon.
All right,
No.
Alvina, I find it interesting that you're so grossed out by the idea of my very touch, and yet when PJ told you that,
What about bikini waxer? You go to this guy for a discount?
that I actually do have a certificate in it. No, but you're so repulsed by the very thought of me.
Uh-huh.
You're curling further away on the couch. But when PJ told you that my infected toe had crept back up, you were ready to go to town on that thing. You wanted me to take my shoe off, and you wanted to take care of it.
That's different. That's my sick.
Okay.
Just me being sick and that I enjoy doing stuff like that.
I know, and
And by stuff like that, we mean cutting it open to pull it
Oh,
out. Right?
yeah.
That's what you want
See?
to do to Nick's toe.
now she's aroused. I don't get how you go from one to the other so fast.
I get some nail clippers, some tweezers.
No, stop.
I think I've it's healed because I just haven't cut that toenail,
Let me
and
look
all the
at it.
crud has come out with the growth,
Uh-huh.
and so now it's almost gone. Also, when Kelly was here with Damien, I don't know if you know him as that,
Yeah.
but he had some kind of fucking honking blister and went to go lance it in the bathroom, and you didn't even know him. You just met him, and you went in there to watch him do it.
I asked him if I could do it, but he didn't let me.
Have you
So-
guys
Why
ever-
would he?
Have you guys ever seen the YouTube video where it's like the
Not
world's
if it's
biggest
gross.
zit?
Oh, I think you showed me.
It's
Yeah.
it's on the back of a guy's neck,
I
and
think
it's
it's
this
pretty
big
gross.
zit. And they lance it,
Uh-huh.
and all this blood comes out, and then they're squeezing it, and it's just like
It keeps going and
pus
going.
and pus and blood. And
No, it wasn't
Ooh.
pus. It was like that whitehead that comes out of your pimple. And it just kept going, remember?
Yeah.
Oh, like
Yeah.
a huge string of it just
Yeah.
kept going. Oh, gross.
Like
Yeah.
just tons, and they're like just dabbing it down, and a ton more. comes
Yeah,
So check that out, everybody.
You've maybe
Gross.
watched
I
it
would never
before.
watch that in a million years. Although, again, I did sit through Jackass today, and it wasn't much better
Yeah.
in certain spots.
Oh man, sometimes my boss gets a really gross, like, I don't know what it is, but we called it a goiter, and it was so disgusting on his neck, and he lanced
and your cock's
it.
never been harder.
Yeah, he lanced it when we were at work. Oh, it was so gross.
What
And-
comes out of it?
It was like, it was just clear, pussy stuff.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I like where the show's headed tonight.
When I was wearing the wart band-aids on my wart and the skin would get all loose, Elvina's like, "Oh, let me see. This is what you're supposed to rip off all the skin when it's loosened up." And she's like just ripping and ripping. I mean, it's been like 2 months. It's supposed to go away in 2 days. I think my finger is forever fucked at this point.
I'm wondering what this says about you, and if an intervention is in order.
No.
Yeah, it's weird that
You're a
that's
sadist.
yeah.
No.
Mm-hmm.
No. I don't enjoy that it. No, because when you pop a pimple or lance a blister or something, it makes you feel better.
Yeah,
And
but
when you get rid of an
nothing
you don't get the
ingrown
same enjoyment out of
toenail-
watching somebody else
Nothing
do it.
greater than popping a zit, man. I love it. You hear that?
Yeah, that is the noise it makes if you were to amplify it by a bajillion. We have the equipment. We should try that.
I haven't done it on myself because it's just, that summer when I got so many ingrown toenails.
Yeah,
I hear that's because you hack at your toes with scissors.
Well, it just happened all of a sudden, 2 summers ago? I just got them from out of nowhere. And
because you wear shoes that are super uncomfortable but fashionable.
Well, yeah, they're really cute. And sometimes you just have to pay the price.
So you get an ingrown toenail and then you slice it open.
Yeah, and then when
you
I
can't walk for 3 weeks, and then while you're all laying there and it hurts you so badly to walk, you cut into it again, more and more.
It's because, see,
and
in
she'll
my
go
head,
to a toe doctor and get it all taken care of, and they go, "Okay, psycho, stop now." And that night, she's cutting back into it.
I just keep thinking in my head, okay, if I just go just a little bit deeper, I can get it. And then I sit there and I try to get at it, and I'm like, the pain is so worth it because then it's going to feel so much better. And then I just keep going at it, and then it's too late. But I haven't done it since that, 2 summers ago when they actually burned the nerves off so it wouldn't grow back.
Oh my God.
Burn the nerves off.
And that really hurt. That hurt for 2 or 3 days.
Sounds like you kind of had it coming. You deserve that one a little bit.
Did it feel like
okay.
someone was stabbing your toe? Because I know that you're familiar with that pain.
It didn't. It felt like, because they burned the nerves so it wouldn't grow back. So it hurt.
Did they burn it before or after reading? And also, when you were going for it, I forgot to say, did you realize that you were never going to get it? Never going to get it. Never going to get it.
You're dumb. But,
not this time.
Yeah, so now I don't have them anymore, and I haven't had them for 2 years, and I hope I never get them again.
Are you as attracted to me as you were since day one?
Yes, even more.
Boy, that's a lot.
That's the only note PJ had. It's the only time I've seen him look down.
Are you to me?
What else did you guys want to talk about? See that guy's a dodger. No,
that's rude.
Let's go. Let's cut it all out. Of course I am. You're my honey bunny.
You don't mean it. You're just saying it now.
You know who you look like right now?
Stop it. Don't
No,
say
I'm
anything
serious.
mean.
It's a nice thing.
No, don't say anything. You're such a jerk face.
It's nice. You're going to miss out on a nice.
Can you tell me?
Like I can.
Yeah.
No, don't say anything, please. He's being mean and ridiculous.
I was going to say it. There's this growing up.
I don't even know what that means.
Gross.
A mix between. We're cutting all this out.
Yeah, clearly.
These are people
It makes no sense to anybody, including me. I'm not even having fun right now.
I can find a picture of she's been the background computer desktop background before.
Sometimes PJ will just put the most ridiculous background pictures
Yeah,
on
he's
the
been telling
computer
me about that, yeah.
And he'll be like, "Oh, I think I left my phone by the computer. Can you go get it for me?" I'm like, "Sure." No problem. So I'll walk out here, get the phone, and then PJ will just hear me laugh or be like, "That's so disgusting. Why would you put that on there?"
But that's been PJ's style of humor for a long time. Like coming out of the bedroom, wearing your clothes. Although you pulled that on him recently, didn't you? I heard you came out dressed in his work clothes. Like down to the shoes. I wish I had been there for that.
We're just so funny.
But it's not so much different from, "Hey Nick, look over here," when we're 17 and then his pimply ass is staring at me.
Well, today he was...
And my setups are no better. "Hey Nick, look over here." "Hey Alvina, go to the computer for a second."
But this ties back into the hot tub picture of me. It's only funny because it's so embarrassing and unnecessary. What were you going to say, Alvina?
Sorry.
Well, no, PJ will... on occasion, be looking in the fridge and be like, "Oh, where's this at?" And I'll turn to tell him, and then his butt will be hanging out or something. Or today, I can't remember what he was looking for, but he just walked into the room and his junk was hanging out of his shorts. Just over his band of his shorts. It was so gross. And I don't know what that says about me that at first glance I look directly at his crotch. But it's just hanging out there.
Sometimes I'll hold a little plate, I'll set my cock out on it.
Throw it between a bun. All right.
But see, I find that really funny, so...
It is funny. It's funny because...
It's hilarious.
It's funny because you have no option but to laugh because it happened so fast. If you had time to think about it, it's obviously just dumb.
When you're around, somebody famous for doing something, you want them to do it all the time. Like the Where's the Beef lady? She had to say it all the time. Me?
Yeah, people want to see your cock.
Pull your ass and balls out, guy.
You had no shame even as a teenager. In fact, I saw a lot more cock. I saw a lot more of your cock as a teenager than I ever would as an adult. I think you draw the line at ass now.
Yeah, I ended there. Was I a big show my cock? I feel like I would
Towards
have...
the end, I think in the Chris years.
I would, nah.
It was always out anyway.
I don't know. I feel like I would have no problem showing my balls, but never the penis.
What's the difference?
There's a difference. Everyone's
clinical difference.
Everyone's balls looks the same, and everyone's penis
Oh.
looks different. I'm self-conscious about my penis.
Why?
I know,
You shouldn't be.
It's good, right?
Yeah, it is.
Gross.
The day you hit me in the head with the croquet mallet, and then we got all cleaned up, but we didn't go home. We went to go get some Band-Aids and stuff from Target. And Nico, who had been playing croquet with us, he was in a separate car and was a few minutes behind us. And this guy, speaking of not spontaneous, he calls, because you had left your phone at his place, so that's why he was late. He went back to pick up your phone and had it in his car. And then he calls my phone as we're wandering around Target, and he's like, "Hey, dude, I'm just looking for a place to park. I did something really funny. I can't tell you what it is. Okay, I'll tell you. I took a picture of my balls and I put it on PJ's phone. Don't tell him." I'm like, why did you have to call me when you're already in the parking lot? Like, just let me be surprised as well as PJ. So, of course, I tell you. Or did I? Did I let it be a surprise?
I think, I don't know. I can't remember.
He got a way bigger kick out of it than either of us, though. And so, yeah, that was your phone picture for 6 seconds.
Yeah, that's always a good one. I don't really... I've seen that guy's cock quite a bit golfing, too. It's like, I'm all for peeing behind a tree, but like, make sure no one's, like, looking. I was golfing with Jeremiah once, and I turned around, and he just...
Well, we know Jeremiah didn't see it.
Pissing right in the middle of the fairway.
Gross.
His little tiny but humongously fat penis is in his hands.
Gross.
Like, dude, what the fuck, man? There's trees all over the place. Like, I don't have that gym room mentality where I can just walk around naked with nobody. When I remember one time being with Barry, like...
Oh, God, stop already.
We were changing to do something, and we're in the same room for him. Like, he came into my room to change, and, like, I was like, ugh, and I grabbed my clothes and get out of there. And, like, literally, as he's pulling down his pants, he's like, "Oh, don't tell me you're one of these guys that doesn't like to change in front of other guys." Well, not when there's 7 other bedrooms right here. Like, let's fucking have a little privacy. And it's not like we just played football together. Like, we're going, let's separate for a second, then we'll go to the bookstore after.
What about you? A lot of changing in front of siblings?
Oh, God. Yes, she does.
Yeah, PJ thinks
Still?
it's disgusting.
Presently?
Yeah.
Alvina's very naked in front of
I think
Sophie
women
all
in
the
general are
time.
different that way, though.
Why? That doesn't matter. We're both girls.
I walked in on your sister-in-law in her bra once, and this is way before she was even 18 years old.
Yeah.
And your cousins were in the room, too.
Just take a picture for Caleb.
We just always did, and it's not
That's
a
one of
big
the most
deal.
embarrassing things that's ever happened to me in Alvina's parents' house, by the way. And I remember my reaction just being like, "Oh!"
Which could mean any number of things.
I know, really.
It's just normal. It's more normal for girls, too.
I agree with that.
Always change in front of each other. Do you think it's weird that I'm naked in front of Sophie? It's not like I go around naked. Well, sometimes I do, but...
Yeah, quite a bit. No, I think it's weirder for me to be naked in front of her, which is why I don't.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Well, my dad...
I don't see how it's that much different, though.
We're girls. We have the same parts.
Okay.
And that's where it ends.
I guess, okay.
Yeah.
That's a point. I saw a lot more of Dad's cock than any of Naked Mom growing up.
That's the other thing I don't understand. It's like your sons are 14 years old.
Yeah.
And your
Piss
daughter
with the door
is
closed.
4, but not even that. He'll piss with the door open and then walk through the living room completely naked to the bed. What the fuck? What is your problem?
Yeah, that's disgusting. See, when Sophie's like 14, I'm not going to go around naked. Plus, I'll be like 40.
But Alvina also...
You'll always be wearing clothes.
Even while we were dating, you would talk about, like, your mom's in the bathroom taking a shit, and you go sit on her lap and talk about your day.
Yeah, that's no good. Although you guys do a lot of the hanging out in the bathroom together.
Not shitting.
Are you sure about that?
Not shitting.
Yeah, we do, PJ.
No, I don't like to shit.
Well, no,
Just be honest to the listener.
that's not true. If PJ's going to poop, he makes me leave.
Yeah.
But if he's going pee or if I'm in there,
Plus,
it really
I'm a
doesn't
sit
matter.
down to pee kind of guy.
Yeah, he is.
Really?
Yeah,
Mhm.
why not?
Why?
Why stand?
Because it's easier. Like there's less to
I
do with
disagree.
your belt and your
No,
pants. And
well, it doesn't.
If I'm at
I'm not
home,
a boy.
usually I'm wearing a pajama pant or a stretch waist short.
same here. All my neighbors know it.
Yeah,
But don't ever wear sweats. Sweats are gross.
yeah.
Men should not wear sweats. Nick, if you have any, throw them away.
I do. I thought you were commenting on my jeans.
Why would you think that?
I don't know. I thought they looked like sweats from her angle.
But my mom wasn't going bathroom. My mom would just go to the bathroom and she would
hang out.
read and yeah, pretty much. Like I'm sure she like peed and stuff, but we always grew up like that. Especially like if you had something important to tell her and you wanted to be alone without
know where to
other
find her.
people. Yeah, you just go in there and sit down on the floor and talk to my mom. And sometimes all of us would be in there talking about stuff. And
Are you talking about her getting a shave?
you leave my mom out of it.
Hey, her mustache is what I'm talking about. By the way.
I gathered. I was going to be getting a
Well,
haircut and then a
we
two
would
bits
always
joke,
tell her that we would wax it for her and stuff, and she would tell us no, and then my dad would look at her and be like, "Oh, I think a little something is fine," and look all googly-eyed and disgusting.
On
I
that
saw a lady with a beard the other day outside of a
A
circus
beard?
tent. Yeah.
I've seen.
You
some-
did not.
Yes, I did. I live in
outside
Seattle.
of a circus tent.
No, I said not inside of a circus tent. No, she was just like wandering around.
I've seen ladies
Talking
with
to herself.
Quite a bit of
Yeah,
chin hair before.
I've seen that too.
No, this was almost like a beard though, like something I could be proud of as a
Maybe
man.
she was a transitional person.
She looked too old and out of it to care that much about her gender. Anyway,
Oh.
I think she was just lazy. If you let everything go, how long before you had a mustache?
Oh man, it'd be like
Couple days. Sophie's got
Got
like
me
a
beat.
week and a
Serious-
half. I'd have PJ beat beyond his wildest dreams.
So-
Well, that's not saying anything.
Sophie's got some serious upper lip hair going on,
Really?
especially when the sun hits it just right.
We're Mexican.
You need to start her early.
Start her with what? She's
I-
got to get a waxing.
I
We're
on?
a little
appreciate
hairy.
with the fact that I know my wife comes from a very hairy family, but other than the sideburns, I don't have to see any. of
Why
it.
do you bring up my sideburns? Leave
Well,
my sideburns alone.
Okay, because no one has eyes. No one's gonna see them. But
Well-
the legs, mostly the legs.
Who plays Alvina in the made-for-TV movie?
Edward James Olmos. That's because of the acne scars. Though.
I do not have acne scars.
But yeah, the arms are always very well
Groomed?
waxed, and yeah, and I don't even have to see her doing it. One time she took the sideburns off. It looked really weird. I didn't like it. Don't worry though, they came right back.
Well,
There's no
I
taming
can't
those
help
babies.
it. Well, I used to always like shave them and stuff when I was little because the boys would make fun of me. But then I just got over it.
Sing
and
Elvis songs around you.
They would. They would, or they would call me like Elvis Presley and stuff, and then they wanted to
They'd
date
make
me
you
in
peanut
high
butter
school, and it
banana
didn't matter, did
sandwich.
it? Didn't matter then. But now I don't really care, and I hope Sophie's that way. Well, Sophie doesn't have nearly as much hair as I do.
Even other
She
little
hasn't had
Mexican.
much time to develop it either.
I've held
That's
like
true.
like baby girls when they were first born, like Mexican girls with like all the hair on their back and stuff like that, like fucking hairy backs. Sophie never had that. She had a little bit up on her shoulder.
Well, she's
blades.
half white, and plus you don't have any hair at all
Yeah, I know.
She did have a
Anywhere
tail though.
on your
Yeah.
body.
Yeah, she did have a tail. So she
has.
swam across the border. It's a land border.
Do you think, Nick? Do you think Sophie looks Mexican or white?
She definitely looks more Mexican to me.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I
I mean, I would never I don't know because I've known her from birth, basically.
Yeah.
But she wouldn't strike me like if I were just to see her as a white kid.
Yeah.
I wouldn't see two white parents and not be confused by it.
Would you assume she's Asian and be like, hello, little guy? Hello, sweetheart.
I don't know what's more offensive, your accent or nope, just your accent, I guess. It's not even funny.
Oh, looks like lame today. It's gonna be zany.
And yet this kept Alvina in stitches your whole San Francisco trip. Is that correct?
Well, we were staying in Chinatown.
It was like Chinatown was right across the street from us. But yeah, it was like the outer block of Chinatown. So when we would
Go over
open
to
the window in the
Aaron
morning,
Boulevard.
That's the whole joke, though. I don't know why you keep laughing. He may as well pull his ass out, get another chuckle out of you.
because it's so funny.
Oh yeah,
Well, your cock and bars.
we have electric trains. Electric train.
You couldn't sit anymore, but one time when I was training in front of the window and he saw that the old man across the street was going to say that he saw... What did you say?
I can't remember.
That he saw some breast across the way or something.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay. That was not very funny,
I'm sure
apparently.
it was look at the bless. Oh, look at the bless on her.
Your laugh implies that it's like innovative, but really he's just swapping the L's and the R's.
Me sore horny. Well, I was telling Nick when I bought those fake Lay-Bans, he was like $10.
PJ's really racist all the time.
Only when he's in Chinatown or watching Chinatown.
Trick or treat, I would be